Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amal Ramdhani with my number name 11780302120. Here I will talk about one of the verses in the Al-Quran regarding sacrifice. Allah says in Surah Al-Kausar, which reads, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tainakal kautsar fasalli lirabbika wanhar inna syani'aka huwal abtar. Which means, indeed, we have granted you, O Muhammad, Al-Kautsar, the abundant. So pray to your Lord and sacrifice to Him alone. Indeed, your enemy is the ones cut off. In Surah Al-Kausar, it is very clear in verse 2 that it is very clear that as Muslim we are encouraged to sacrifice. Sacrifice is a sunnah of mu'akkad, means it would be better if we do it than we leave it. The word sacrifice comes from the Arabic word of kurban, which means close. In Islam, it is called al-uhiyah, which is a slaughtered animal that is slaughtered during the Eid al-Adha and Tashriq days as a form of taqarrub or closer to Allah. The urgency of the second verse of the Surah Al-Kausar is that people will always be grateful to Allah, namely by showing sincerely is in praying and spending part of their assets with the sacrifice. Furthermore, the animal that can be used for sacrifice include cows, goat, camel, sheep, and buffalo, who have met the requirements such as old not sick, and not disabled. Sacrifice has been started since the time of the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was being tested by Allah. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had a dream in his sleep. Allah commanded him to slaughter his son named Prophet Ismail alayhi salam as a front to obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders, because the love for Allah was greater than Ibrahim followed these orders. After getting ready, Allah replaced him with a lamb or sheep to be sacrificed. Lesson from the sacrifice, namely, number 1, remembering the obedience of the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. By performing the sacrificial service, we can commemorate and remember how extraordinary was the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam obedience to Allah. Number 2, reaching for pity. Performing a sacrifice is a way for Muslims to get closer to Allah, as Allah says Allah only accepts sacrifice from a people who are devout. So I can be understood that sacrifice is one of the forms of worship that Allah accepts from those who are devout to Him. Number 3, as a shi'ar of Islam. In this case, Muslims who perform sacrifice have a participation in spreading the message or religious message, namely about the obligation to sacrifice which Allah ordered to Prophet Ibrahim and his son Prophet Ismail alayhi. Number 4, patching the value of kindness. Allah will give a multiple rewards for every Muslim who use part of his wealth to be fortified. In the hadith, it is said that on every sheet of hair we get one good. Number 5, as the humanitarian social action, the sacrifice made by Muslims every year are proof that Islam has regulation how to balance the economy and the social aspect of humanity. Number 6, as a sign of gratitude, Allah has commanded every people to sacrifice even though they are under pressure and attacks by the unbelievers. That why incredulity all people can still feel the blessing and the blessings of goodness from Allah even though they are in a difficult situation. So that's all about your topic, Quran Surat Al-Kausar. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.